Hello everyone, if you are lacking in self-confidence, then this video is for you. I promise you that after watching this video until the end, it will really improve your self-confidence. So, without further delay, let's start. Low self-confidence is a common issue that many people face. It can negatively impact your life in a number of ways, including your relationships, your career, and your mental health. But fear not, because there are a number of things you can do to improve your self-confidence. Let's dive into these confidence-boosting strategies. 1. Define what confidence means to you. When it comes to confidence, there is no one-size-fits-all definition. Confidence means different things to different people. For some, confidence is feeling good about oneself and being able to take on whatever life throws their way. For others, confidence is being able to step outside of their comfort zone and try new things. Regardless of what confidence means to you, there are a few key things that you can do to improve your self-confidence. One of the best ways to improve your self-confidence is to set realistic goals for yourself and then strive to accomplish them. Achieving even small goals can give you a sense of accomplishment and boost your confidence. Another way to improve your self-confidence is to surround yourself with positive people. Being around people who believe in you and support you can help you to feel better about yourself. Lastly, don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. Trying new things and pushing yourself to do things that scare you can help you to build self-confidence. Remember, confidence is different for everyone. What works for one person might not work for another. The most important thing is to find what works for you and then go out and do it. 2. Set realistic goals for building your confidence. In order to build your confidence, you need to start by setting realistic goals. Confidence comes from a sense of achievement and accomplishment, so setting goals that are too high or unrealistic will only set you up for disappointment. Start small and focus on achievable targets. As you start to check things off your list, you'll begin to feel a sense of progression and your confidence will start to grow. It's also important to remember that confidence is not a static trait. It ebbs and flows and will vary from situation to situation. That's why it's so important to have a strong foundation to fall back on. If you're feeling particularly low, take some time to reflect on your past successes. Remember that you are capable and you have what it takes to achieve your goals. Finally, don't be afraid to ask for help. We all need support from time to time, and seeking guidance from those who have more experience can be invaluable. Building confidence is a journey, and there will be bumps along the way, but by being proactive and taking small steps, you can get there. 3. Acknowledge your strengths and weaknesses. It is very common to have doubts about ourselves. We all have strengths and weaknesses, and it is natural to feel more confident in some areas than others. However, it is important to remember that we all have value, and that we can all improve our self-confidence by accepting ourselves for who we are. One way to become more confident is to focus on our strengths. When we feel good about ourselves, it shows in our body language and the way we carry ourselves. Of course, it is also important to acknowledge our weaknesses. We all have areas that we can improve, and it is okay to admit that. However, we should not dwell on our flaws or let them define us. Instead, we should view them as challenges that we can work on overcoming. By taking small steps to improve in our weaker areas, we can increase our overall self-confidence. Overall, self-confidence comes from within. It is important to focus on our positive qualities and to accept ourselves for who we are. By doing this, we can project confidence and show the world our true value. 4. Be mindful of your self-talk. One of the most important things you can do to improve your self-confidence is to be mindful of your self-talk. What you say to yourself on a regular basis has a big impact on how you feel about yourself. If you're constantly putting yourself down or telling yourself that you're not good enough, it's no wonder that you don't have much confidence. Instead, try to focus on speaking kindly to yourself. Remind yourself of your successes and accomplishments, and give yourself credit when you do something well. If you make a mistake, don't beat yourself up. Learn from it and move on. When you start speaking to yourself in a more positive way, you'll notice that your self-confidence will start to improve. 5. Practice assertiveness. Assertiveness is the quality of being self-assured and confident without being aggressive. People who are assertive are able to express their opinions and stand up for themselves. They are also able to respect the opinions and rights of others. Assertiveness is a skill that can be learned and practiced. There are a few key things you can do to become more assertive. 1. Believe in yourself. The first step to being assertive is believing in yourself and your own abilities. When you have confidence in yourself, you will be more likely to speak up and be heard. 2. Know your rights. It is important to know your rights as an individual so that you can assert them when necessary. Understanding your rights will also help you to respect the rights of others. 3. Communicate effectively. Effective communication is important in all aspects of life, but it is especially important when assertiveness is required. When you are able to communicate clearly and concisely, you are more likely to be taken seriously and respected. 4. Stand up for yourself. There will be times when it is necessary to stand up for yourself in order to be heard. This can be difficult, but it is important to remember that you have a right to your opinions and to be respected. 6. Get comfortable with taking risks. Most people fear failure more than anything else, but if you want to improve your self-confidence, you need to get comfortable with taking risks. Here are a few ways to do that. 1. Embrace your fears. The first step is to recognize that your fears are normal. Everyone experiences fear, but some people allow their fears to control them. Instead of letting your fears dictate your actions, embrace them and take them on head first. 2. Understand that failure is not the end. If you never take risks, you'll never fail. But failure is not the end. It's simply a stepping stone to success. 3. Set realistic goals. Don't try to achieve the impossible. Set yourself realistic goals that challenge you, but that you know you can achieve. 4. Celebrate your successes. It's important to celebrate your successes, no matter how small they may be. 5. Take baby steps. If you're not used to taking risks, it can be daunting to just jump in head first. That's why it's important to take baby steps. Start with small risks and work your way up. 6. Practice makes perfect. Like with anything in life, practice makes perfect. The more you take risks, the better you'll become at it. And as you become better at taking risks, your self-confidence will improve. 7. Reward yourself for your progress. One way to help improve your self-confidence is to reward yourself for your progress. When you reach a goal, no matter how small, give yourself a pat on the back. Maybe even treat yourself to something special. This will help show yourself that you are capable of reaching your goals and help keep you motivated to continue working hard. It can be easy to get caught up in negative thinking, especially when it comes to our own abilities. So it's important to remember to celebrate the accomplishments we make, no matter how big or small. One way to do this is to set realistic goals for yourself. That way, when you reach them, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment. For example, if you're working on a project at work, set a goal to finish it by the end of the week. Or if you're trying to get in shape, set a goal to work out 3 times this week. It's also important to remember that progress isn't always linear. There will be ups and downs, and that's okay. Just because you have a setback doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're human. So cut yourself some slack and give yourself credit when you deserve it. Rewarding yourself for your progress is a great way to show yourself some love and care. So don't forget to do it. If you want to improve your self-confidence, the most important thing is to start with accepting yourself. Once you can do that, the sky is the limit. Set realistic goals for yourself and celebrate your accomplishments, big and small. Also, don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it and lean on your support system. Lastly, remember that nobody is perfect and that mistakes are part of life. When you mess up, learn from it and move on. You've got this, and your self-confidence will continue to grow with every step you take. Thank you for watching, and remember that you are amazing just the way you are. And now, go out there and shine with your newfound confidence.